Hey, welcome back to my channel. I sound such a pro already, I'm saying that. But I'm back with another video, and today I want to talk about skincare, and that's quite a broad subject. So I want to talk about a skincare capsule wardrobe, so really picking some products that are going to edit your routine down without being too complicated. I know that I've been blogging about beauty for a really long time now, and I've been working in beauty PR, so my level of skincare is not what I would consider normal. It's not what I would recommend for everyone else to go out and buy. And I know that when I talk to some of my friends sometimes, I'll be like, you should use this essence from Korea, and people look at me and I remember that not everyone is obsessed with skincare as I am. So today I'm just going to talk about a small selection of products that are really going to work with you to make sure your skin is as good as it can be. Especially now we're in autumn and we're going into winter, things are starting to get colder. We want to make sure the skin is hydrated as possible and just as protected as it can be, really. So I'm going to talk about different products today, from cleansers to masks and toners, and hit the products I think that you really do need in your routine and the products that you don't need. So the first thing I'm going to talk about is cleansing, and I think that cleansing is really the cornerstone of any skincare routine. I remember when I was 15 I used to use those simple makeup remover wipes, and I wondered why my skin wasn't in the best possible condition. It's because I wasn't using a proper cleanser, and I think it's just so important to find one that really works for your skin to make sure you're getting the most out of your skincare routine. I know a lot of people talk about double cleansing, which can sound a little bit intimidating because if the thought of cleansing your face once sounds like too much and having to go to the sink and wash your face, having to do it twice sounds even worse, but the results are so worth it. Just the clarity in your skin straight away makes such a difference, and it works essentially by the first cleanse will get rid of any grime on the skin, or if you've been wearing makeup all day or SPF, or you've been in the city and there's pollutants on the skin, you want to wash those off. And then the second cleanse works by actually properly cleansing the skin, so you can use a more targeted treatment to really address any concerns if you're wanting to reduce pigmentation or you're looking to reduce dryness, and you can get a cleanser that's right for you. And there's lots of different types of cleansers. I'm going to run through the 5 ones that I would consider the most important possibly. So cleanser number 1 is going to be a balm, and that's something that comes in a pot and it's quite rich and luxurious on the skin. You've got one from Hardie, you've got one from Earle, you've got one from Elemis, and they're sort of solid in texture when you first use them, and then when you rub the product between your fingers it really warms up and then it transforms into sort of an oily texture on the skin. Those are really good for a first cleanse because they definitely get rid of makeup really quickly, and they just help to make the skin feel a lot cleaner without a lot of effort, and then you can just rinse them off with flannel at the end. Cleanser number 2 is going to be an oil, and they're similar to the balm in that they're really rich in texture, but obviously it's a lot more liquid in that it's an oil. I like ones from Votary in particular because it's all plant-based, and I find that you can just put 3 or 4 pumps in the palm of your hand and really just give yourself a massage as you're taking off your makeup. They also work really well at removing any mascara you might have, because I can't be bothered basically to use a separate makeup remover and then a cleanser and then double cleanse. I just want it done as soon as possible. Cleanser number 3 is going to be a cream cleanser. We've got ones from Pi and we've got ones from Lizzo of their infamous cleanse and polish, and they're really good because the texture is sort of in between the two, so they're not too heavy and they're not too light, so it's really good for sort of all skin types. And if you've got oily skin or combination or dry, they really help to just get rid of any grime from the day without leaving the skin feeling stripped at all. And cleanser number 4 is going to be a milk, and they're really light in texture, so I think they'd be best as a second cleanse to really get to work on the skin, or to be used first thing in the morning. You don't necessarily need to wash a lot of product off your face, and they're really good if your skin is feeling a little bit dry or irritated, so they're especially good to have in your arsenal when we're going into the colder months. Cleanser number 5 is going to be a gel, and I think they're fantastic for oilier skins, but they can be a little bit drying when things are getting colder. So if you're going to use a gel cleanser, look for something that doesn't have too much foam in it, because basically when things foam it means the skin's going to dry out afterwards, because it's like using washing up liquid on your face. A really good one is from Jurlique. It feels nice and purifying on the skin, but it doesn't leave your face feeling like you desperately need to dunk it in a vat of moisturiser. So those are the 5 different cleansing formulas that I think will work for pretty much any skin type. But basically you don't need 50 different cleansers to wash your face. I think you can just have 2 and that'll be fine. You could have one that's more heavy duty to make sure you're really getting everything off the skin, and then you can have a lighter one to use in the morning or as a second cleanse. It really depends on what you're looking for in terms of the texture, and if you like the feeling of something heavy on your skin, or if you just want it to feel light and refreshed after a long day. So after cleansing, the next step in your skincare routine is probably going to be exfoliating. It's not something that you would do every day, but especially now we're going into winter, our skin's going to get a little bit drier, so we want to make sure we're getting rid of any dead skin cells as soon as we can. You can either use a chemical exfoliator, which will be sort of an acid on a toner, which you can just put on a cotton pad and spread it all over your face, or you can use a physical exfoliator, which will be something scrubby that is a bit abrasive. They both have their pros and cons, but I think that a chemical exfoliator is going to be gentler on the skin in the long term. I really like the one from Ren, which is called their Ready Steady Glow Daily AHA Tonic, and it's super gentle, so you can use it pretty much every day if you wanted to. There is a physical one I like from a brand called Bybee. It's called Prime Time, and I think if you're going to look for something that is abrasive in texture, you want to find something that's not too scrubby. You don't want to just use it and then basically wash your whole face off. It wants to make a difference, but you don't want it to be really hard. The next step is going to be an optional one, but I think if you've got dry skin like me, then using a toner is going to make such a difference. I really like the ones that come in a mist in a bottle that you can just spray all over the face, because I think they're a lot easier to use, and in the morning if you're in a rush you're more likely to use it rather than having to pour it out onto a cotton pad and sweep it over your face. I mean, convenience is key here. There's one that I really like from a brand called Arc, and it's really minty, so I like to keep mine in the fridge, and then in the morning I can just do it and it helps to wake me up. But I think look for ones that have lots of hyaluronic acid in them, because especially now when we're going to lose moisture in the air and our skin's going to get dry, you want to just put it back in. And hyaluronic acid is the best ingredient you can possibly have for making sure your skin is plump and happy as possible. One of the best things you can do for the overall happiness of your skin is to make sure that everything is as hydrated as possible. Every year when we move into the colder months, my skin just gets noticeably far drier as soon as we get into autumn. I've got 3 different ways you can combat that straight away. First of which is going to be using a serum, and a serum works by going deeper beneath the skin surface. So you put it on before your moisturiser, and it acts sort of as a cushion underneath, so it traps all the moisture in. Again, look for things like hyaluronic acid, because they really work to hydrate the skin. A great one that I think would work on absolutely any skin type is from Hardie, and it is their SOS Burst Quenching Serum, and the texture is perfect because it's not heavy or greasy or sticky at all. But as soon as you apply it to the skin, it sinks in, and just you know that your skin is hydrated from the inside out. After that, I like to use a richer moisturiser to make sure that my skin feels cushioned and protected all day long. I think the tricky thing with winter and hydration is you want a moisturiser that really hydrates the skin, but you don't want it to feel overly sticky and greasy under your foundation, and you don't want your foundation to then just slip off your face. A really good one is from Fresh, and it's a Rose Deep Hydration Base Cream, and it's almost buttery in texture, but it's not heavy, and it's lovely. Another thing I like to do is use a face oil, and I've talked about face oils on my blog so many times because I really just recommend them so much. I also like to use it with a jade roller and give myself a face massage every day, which is pretty extra of me. But I think just using a few drops of face oil, massaged into your fingertips and pressed into your skin makes such a difference. And you can look for different ingredients depending on what you're trying to do with your skin. Things like rosehip oil are really good for balancing and also for sorting out any leftover acne scars. I've done a full blog post all about every single face oil combination you can think of, so I'm going to link that below. And then the last step really in the Capsule skincare wardrobe is finding a mask that works for you. You can have masks for purifying if you want to get rid of any oil in the skin, or for adding radiance, so they're essentially exfoliating the skin. But two that I'd really recommend is one from Glossier, which is their moisturising moon mask, which is sort of a really rich cream, and you can just smooth that on, leave it for 10 minutes and then rinse it off. That's lovely, and it's pretty much unscented, so it's not going to be irritating at all. The other one is from Origins, and it is their Drink Up Intensive Overnight Mask, and I've used this for years and years. It's amazing. It smells like peaches, and it's really buttery in texture, and you just apply it before you go to bed, and you might be a bit greasy and slip off the pillow a bit, but the next morning you wake up and your skin just looks so much happier. And the absolute last step in the skincare capsule wardrobe is SPF, and that's something I recommend to everyone that they should be using every single day. Even if it's not super sunny outside, the UVA and the UVB rays can come through the clouds, and even in London when it's super cloudy every day, we can still get sun damage. And just wearing an SPF means that your skin is protected, and I just think that everyone should have one in their arsenal. There's 2 different types. There's chemical and then there's mineral, so it really depends on exactly what you're looking to use. A good one that is chemical is from Zellens. It's the Daily Defense sunscreen, and that's really not... So I know a lot of people get put off by sunscreen because they think of the white greasy cast it can leave on the skin, but this one is pretty much undetectable. And then if you want a good mineral one, which doesn't have any chemical interference, I'd recommend one from Jurlique. That's your skincare capsule wardrobe pretty much sorted. I hope that that helped to demystify some skincare steps. And if you want to chat any more about your skincare routines, then come on to Twitter. I'll link it down in my bio. I'm happy to chat skincare with anyone absolutely anytime. so come find me there. And yeah, thanks for watching, hope this was helpful.